Hi, all myself Vinod Paul from SNS College of Physiotherapy. Today we can say about the learning. So this topic is under the psychology. So definition. So learning is defined as a process that bringing about relatively permanent changes in the behavior of a learner as a result of experience or practice. So learning is a learn about the behavior, how to experience or practice in the environment. So that is called the learning. So importance of learning, so mainly it's development of the skills, adaptation to environment and personal growth. So these learning have a law, so that is called a law of learning, proposed by Edward Lee Thorndike. So these the three laws are primary law. So based on his trial and error experiment. So what are the laws are? Law of effect, law of frequency, law of recency. So first we can see about the law of effect. So this is tell about the response, so followed by the reward, that can be improve the learn and strengthen the learn, but in the unrewarded response become a weaker. So these laws mainly affect on the encouraging the student by the rewards. So example, students study harder when praised for the good marks. Next, law of frequency, it's a repetition strengthen learning. So repetition is mainly to improve the learning. So lack of practice, it can be weaken the learning. So example, daily practice improves sports and musical performance. Third law is a law of recency, is mainly used within a recall and repeat. So recent learner activity can easier to the recall and repeated. So example, revision before the exam improve the memory recall. So these are the three laws, and types of learning have five types: trial and error, classical conditioning, operant conditioning, insight learning, observational learning. First we can see about the trial error learning. In trial error learning, proposed by Edward Lee Thorndike, so mainly learning occur through repeated attention until success is achieved. So in example, a child learned to ride a bicycle through repeated practice. Next, classical conditioning type. This type is introduced by Ivan Pavlov. So it's also called Pavlovian learning or associative learning. So these type of learning through the association between stimulus. So example, we can follow the Pavlov's experiment, that is a bell plus food salivation and bell alone, that's a salivary. So these type of learning is mainly through the stimulus. Third type of learning is the operant conditioning, developed by the B.F. Skinner. So these behavior is shaped by the reinforcement and punishment. So mainly positive reinforcement through reward strengthen behavior, and negative reinforcement removing unpleasant situation encouraging behavior. So and next, punishments may reduce the unwanted behaviors. Insight learning, in these type of learning is proposed by the Wolfgang Hoffler. So these learning occur through the sudden understanding, and also occur when a learner understanding the relationship between the element in a situation to find a solution. Next, observational learning. So these observational learning is learned by the observing or imitating others. So it's also called social learning or imitation learning. So Albert Bandura is proposed this learning. So mainly empathize the learning through observation and modeling. Next, advantages for observational learning is a save time and provide guidance and useful in the social situation. Mainly, these type of learning is observed through the parents, and the child can observe through the parents, and they can be implemented in the society through the behavior of the parents. Thank you.